Welcome back to Primetime News, and a special welcome once again if you're watching online at onespotmedia.com. Face-to-face classes will continue, and so are plans for the Primary Exit Profile PEP. That's the word from the Education Minister, Favour Williams, who was responding to calls by the Jamaica Teachers Association for an end to face-to-face classes given the spike in COVID-19 cases. Shamala Pullen tells us more.
On Sunday, President of the Jamaica Teachers Association, Jasford Gabriel, called for the immediate closure of all schools conducting face-to-face classes. But Education Minister Favour Williams says, while she notes the call and understands the concerns, there is no need for such an action at this time. Mrs. Williams said with about 20% of schools teaching face-to-face, the ministry is vigilant in doing spot checks in these schools. She said the ministry gets a daily update from the schools, and where there's a COVID-related situation, they're satisfied with how the institutions have handled the cases.
A call to have all our schools that are back face-to-face to cease operating is not one that we are supporting right now. We also watch the COVID numbers. We work very closely with the Ministry of Health and Wellness. We take their directive. And so far, that directive is to diligently and religiously follow the COVID-19 protocols. Our observation is that the schools are abiding by these protocols.
The JTA president also raised issues with the Primary Exit Profile PEP exams, which is to be administered in March. Mr. Gabriel said with many grade 6 students missing classes since March last year, he thinks alternatives should be given so they can advance to the high school level. But Mrs. Williams said the exams will go on as planned.
So you would have noticed that the exam was originally scheduled to be held this month in February. We would have pushed that back by a month, so it will now be held in March, and that is one component of the PEP, that's the ability test. That does not depend on learned knowledge, it's just general knowledge of the student. So right now that is scheduled for March, the end of March, the 25th.
However, the Education Minister acknowledges that there are some schools and parents who are overly cautious about face-to-face classes. Mrs. Williams said she had taken note, but is reminding them of the various flexible learning methods available.
We still have online, we still have the audiovisual where lessons are broadcast on TV, aired on radio. Students still have their textbooks, their worksheets, and can be in touch with their teachers. So all the modalities are still available. So if there's a situation where the school does not feel comfortable about the face-to-face for whatever reason, that all the other modalities are available to the school.
Shamala Pullen, TVJ News.